Hello and welcome to another episode of the e-commerce coffee break. Today I want to pick an expert's brain on what's happening in e-commerce and marketing right now. So therefore I have invited Dimitris Skiadas. He is a digital entrepreneur, e-commerce expert with 10 years experience of scaling stores to 7 and 8 figures. He speaks Google Analytics, I will get to that in a moment, and is an international public speaker and trainer. In addition of being all this, he's also the host of the Greek Mastermind event. He's a restaurant owner, a proud husband, a father of 2 daughters, and he's living in Athens in Greece. So hello, Dimitris, how are you doing today?
Hello. I'm really happy, man. You did an amazing intro for me. Thank you very much. I'm really happy to be here and start talking about what is happening into our world, basically.
Exactly, yeah. So you're in the game for quite some time. You have pivoted from one thing to another, so you have a very good overview of what's happening. So now you're just back from the gig as a restaurant owner, which is something completely different, but your background obviously is coming from figures, from numbers, from Google Analytics, and being very analytical on how to run an online business. Maybe just give me a bit of a rundown where you're coming from and what did you get to where you're now?
So I started how many years ago, man? Way too many. Like 12 years. 12 years ago, I started to be an accountant, and everybody was mistreating me. So like, go make me a sandwich, go fix that, do the other thing, mop the floor. And I'm like, okay, life has to be something better. So I started looking for ways to make money online. I started running into affiliate marketing and article marketing back in the day, and forum marketing. And then I found a local agency here in Greece, like 2010, where I said, you know what, I want to learn, I'm willing to work for free, and I will do anything. I just want the knowledge to keep going, etc., etc. So e-commerce in Greece was not that popular in 2010, and you can imagine that back then with SEO, search engine optimization, and Google Ads was the most famous traffic source. It was really easy to get the very, very first one for pretty much every keyword. So that was really, really fascinating, although it wasn't that much of a traffic, but still it was amazing for me to see, like, people that buy online, and I can sell watches and jewelry and this and this and that, etc., etc. So I started learning there. I started making money for Greece, but I wanted something different, so I started jumping from one thing to another. I worked many years as an assistant accountant, and then I said, you know what, no, this is not for me. I want to do something different. So I jumped into a really big agency, and this is where in 2013, and this is where I really understood the power of Google Analytics, of data, and how we can optimize, because I had no clue, right? So in the very first agency, we just run traffic. Okay, that works, that doesn't. Okay, let's move into another one. But when we're dealing with really big budgets, like 200k, 300k per month, even for Greece, it's like it's a really big numbers to handle. And then we had to start looking at Google Analytics, and where does the traffic come from, and what do they do, and where do they drop off, and how much does it take for a website to load, and why 95% of the people are leaving. So these are all the questions that every business owner, either you have an e-commerce brand, or let's say that you have a lead generation business, or an agency, or consultant, or you're a doctor, like, no matter what, if you're doing something online, it's really important to understand the numbers. So I started deep diving into that, and I became really known in the industry because of that, because I started going into Facebook groups, and I started jumping into interviews and doing like mini courses and videos, etc., about the importance of Google Analytics and your numbers, and how you can capitalize on that. And one thing led to another. They started inviting me into doing a lot of public speaking gigs, especially before before coronavirus, and I started launching courses. I started working with a lot of e-commerce brands and started helping them scale to 7 and 8 figures, and all that without spending any extra money on advertising. So if we know for a fact that 3 out of 100 people, let's say, just an example, buy from an e-commerce store, okay, how can we make, what happens with the rest 97? Because it's not like we are down on the streets and it's guerrilla marketing and that we're saying, hey, we are selling this and this and that, and whoever comes, it's supposed to be targeting, right? Let's say that we sell yoga clothing. It's supposed to, we do a targeting, and then I started learning about the customer avatar, the ideal targeting, the creatives, and this is where you realize that e-commerce is not as easy as it used to be anymore. And right now, e-commerce has become a lot more difficult than it used to be. And especially with drop shipping, that people didn't have to hold inventory and stuff, and they were making like really good money, scaling, and then boom, they went down. Now I believe that it's more for people that are willing to take the time to understand, okay, who is their ideal customer? Okay, what does he or she want to buy? What is the deepest fears, the needs, the desires? What magazines do they read? Do they have a family? Like, start crafting the ideal customer avatar and asking them with surveys and chats. Like, it becomes a lot more serious about understanding who is your ideal customer and how you can serve them. So this is what we have been doing for the past so many years. I run an agency right now where we focus a lot not only on the customer acquisition like Facebook and Google Ads, but we also focus on what we call CRO, conversion rate optimization, how we can keep bringing more people in, retention marketing, email marketing, and lately we have been, we want to focus a lot more onto the creative game, because it doesn't, this is something that we start working slowly right now, because we see that a lot of the traffic sources like Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, we see that the creatives, they get depleted really quickly. So we need to identify how we can serve the potential customers best by showcasing the products and reviews and unboxing and UGC, user-generated content, and testimonials and all that kind of stuff. So we can be as an agency like a full 360 agency that we can serve all the solutions.
Yeah, you're talking my language there. I mean, looking at the numbers is still the same, and the same importance, even more important than it was in the past. In 10 years, a lot of things have changed in the interwebs. Trends came and went, and so on and so forth. So is there something in the e-commerce industry or digital marketing industry which you see that people are still doing and they should stop doing it? Or is there anything that has you surprised in this regards lately?
So I think that it's not something that people, they need to stop doing it because I say so, or you say so. I think that people realize really, really quickly that throwing a quick ad out there, hey, this is my product, buy now, save 50% off, only minus $50 or whatever that is, doesn't cut it anymore. Okay, it's not like, it's like we are going, and this is an example that I have been using for years. It's like going into a bar and you want to find a girl and going directly and tell the girl, hey, I want to have sex. Even if you are Brad Pitt. Maybe if you are Brad Pitt, maybe it's a different story. But no matter how good looking you are, or let's say I want to get married. That's it's going to seem crazy. Okay, if she is also crazy, maybe yes, she says yes. But in reality right now is that you need, either you run an e-commerce store, either you run a doctor. And what I say, I know that we speak mostly about e-commerce, but I want to expand it in all businesses that they do online stuff. Okay, either you are into e-commerce or lead generation or whatever, you sell software, services, etc., etc. You need to pre-educate the people. You need to make what is known as the KLT factor: know, like, and trust people. It's not like you can be the best entrepreneur in the world. You can be master in your craft. You might have spoken into many events. You might have done masterminds and courses and went to help like really, really big companies. If you go to someone that doesn't know who you are, or except let's say that you might be Amazon, okay? Amazon doesn't anymore need to build the trust, but still I'm sure that even Amazon, if they have like a 10% conversion rate, they need to optimize for that 90% that doesn't buy. So one thing that I still see people doing, but I don't think that they're doing it for long because it hurts to lose money, it's just throwing an ad out there and pray that it works. That doesn't happen anymore. It became extremely difficult, especially after iOS 14 and all the tracking. You know, I'm a numbers guy, and I hate the fact that we cannot track anymore as we used to be. And we try to have like solutions, etc., etc. Nothing. Tracking is never going to be 100% accurate anymore. Okay, that's my opinion. But the thing is that you need to take the time to prepare content, to educate people, to go ahead and start asking people, okay, what do they really want? What I was saying earlier, you know, with the surveys on email, and you know, give them a small incentive, a small little gift in order for people to reply to your service from your chat and from your chat app in your store. You can learn a lot about what people want, okay, in terms of product, in terms of service, in terms of, I don't know, whatever that is, okay. You need to ask people and see what people are looking for. And also, we need to go ahead and start installing in our stores apps like Hotjar, okay, or Lucky Orange, that we can have all the surveys and we can have all the graphs that where people are looking for and where are they dropping, and we can see recordings of those people. Okay, what are they doing? Maybe it's because it's clear for us that, hey, Damas, you need to click right here to buy the product. It doesn't mean that it's clear for everyone. So, in my opinion, people need to stop throwing shit in the wall and see what sticks, and they need to spend more time understanding who is their ideal customer and have a better understanding, okay, on how they can serve them better and how they can educate their audience. If you are, for example, into the yoga niche and you're selling leggings, instead of just selling the leggings or the yoga bricks or whatever that is, and if you don't want to do it yourself, just hire an influencer, okay, work with someone and do like, okay, 5 yoga poses in order to lose weight or whatever that is, 7 tips in order to do blah, blah, blah. Start educating people. And when it's the right time, you create the warm audience of all the people that read that blog or saw that video, and then you can create a custom audience, let's say on Facebook, of all the people that viewed 95% of that video. If that video is like 4 minutes long, 95% or even 50% long, let's say someone who watched 2 full minutes of that video has better chances of converting into your yoga leggings than someone who has no idea who you are. And then the sale with 50% off and buy now, that type of ad will convert much, much better. That's my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Very good. A lot of people who started with dropshipping or still going to start with dropshipping, there's still a lot of people jumping on this bandwagon. They are solopreneurs, they do it as a side hustle, or they have a brick and mortar store and they want to venture into online commerce. Now they have a lot of things on their plate. So there's 1,000 different moving parts and they are not necessarily an expert in any of that. What would you recommend? What should they start focusing on, or what should they outsource as quick as possible?
Mm-hmm. So let me first start by saying that I really admire these people, because it's not running an e-commerce business, or either it's dropshipping or it's print on demand or it's like your own brand. it's a difficult business. Like every other business, running a business, it's difficult. And I'm sick and tired of seeing all these TikTok videos where I really love TikToks, but I'm sick and tired of like showcasing, how easy it is. And like you press 1, 2, 3 and you start printing money. No, it's not like that. It never was like that. Maybe it was a little bit easier, but it never was as 1, 2, 3. And then you see all the comments that, dude, I tried that, it doesn't work. I tried that, it doesn't work. So it's not, being an entrepreneur, it's not for everyone. This is the number one thing that I would have to say. So for those that are really, really committed, big props, my congratulations, because it's a really difficult business. I know this business, and I don't say that to sound like a dick, and excuse my friends, but I say that because I spent way too many years, especially in e-commerce, and I understand like all the good stuff and all the bad stuff. So congratulations, because it's a really, really difficult business. One thing that I would try, the main thing, if you ask me today, if you ask me like 2-3 years ago, maybe I would give you a different answer. But if you ask me today, I would all read about human psychology. I would all read about books like this, Advertising by Drew Eric Whitman. This is like my Bible, okay? I bought this book because I like to write dates when I buy this book. I bought this book on 2015. April on 2015, and I have this book always by my side because understanding human psychology, what makes people tick, and copywriting, it's the number one thing that I would study, because at the end of the day, in order for us to make money, a sale needs to happen, right? Either the sale, it will happen face to face, where millions of that happen every single day, on the stores, on the street, everywhere, like in the world, or it has to happen online. And if it has to happen online, either what is going to be the medium, either a text format, either a photo, or either a video format. No matter what is the format, okay, it doesn't really matter, but what are you saying in these actual words, that really matters. So I would take the time to understand those two things, like human psychology, what makes people buy, what makes people buy, what people love, or what people hate, what are their fears, the desires, like understand more about the people and more specifically about the market, I mean. And then the number one thing, I would say copywriting, because you get to learn, you can sell a lot more by having, trying to learn better copy. Either you write on your landing page, either in your ad, either it is on your emails. Copy is what makes everything different. And here's another book that I also recommend, Copywriting Secrets, by Jim Edwards. Great book. I've read that many times. And here's another one that's not so much about e-commerce, but 100 Million Offers with Alex Hormozi. That book is like really famous the last year or so. I have these 3 books by my side because at the end of the day, Facebook ads, they cannot sell a bad product. Okay. And actually, sorry, I said that in the wrong way. Like Facebook ads, the goal of Facebook ads is to sell the click, right? They cannot turn a bad product into a good one, or vice versa. So people say, oh, Facebook ads don't work anymore, and it sucks, and the iOS 14, and blah 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 blah. And yet that is somewhat true, that they don't work as they used to work, but they still work, right? I know tons of people that are still spending a lot of money on Facebook advertising, but the fact is that they have an actual offer, they have a store that is really optimized. Okay, it loads quickly, they have real clear photos and videos that are showcasing the product, they learn how to write copy, and someone doesn't care if the drill, the screwdriver, the whatever that you are selling is like green. Who cares? What it can do for them, what's in it for me. So they write an actual ad copy which is focused on the benefits of the product, and why should people buy. Okay, people, they don't buy the screwdriver to put a hole in the wall. People buy the screwdriver because their wife is asking them for the past 2 weeks to put that painting on the wall, and they're like, oh shit, I'm bored, and blah blah blah. And they go into the store or they buy online because they want to have an actual afternoon where it's like free of that. This is what people care. So this is the number one thing that I would personally focus and tell people to focus as well.
Yeah, there's a very lot of good information there. I think people need to listen 2 or 3 times to this podcast to extract all the good things that you just mentioned. And 100% with you. So obviously you need to have the right audience. You need to have your value proposition right, which gets you in copywriting. And then you need to learn copywriting. So that being said, e-commerce, getting started in e-commerce is a lot of learning. And I think you need to be prepared for lifelong learning because you're chasing a moving target there. It changes by the hour. Coming to that, I know it's always difficult to predict the future or the next couple of months or a year, but what would your prediction of what's happening in the market right now? What do you see as changing there? What would you say?
So I believe that no matter what happens, people are going to keep buying. Okay, that is never going to change. I think what is going to change is the medium. I think that Facebook ads are going to be still here after 5-10 years. Google ads the same, YouTube ads the same, email marketing, TikTok, etc., etc. I think that people, the entrepreneurs, the business owners, need to learn the skills in order, it actually circles back to what we said right in the beginning, okay, that it's not as easy as it used to be, so we need to learn copywriting and we need to learn advertising and human psychology and things that are going to improve our conversions and sales. And also, one thing that I would like to say is that how we can also improve our overall customer experience and overall customer service. Like people, and this is something that because of being a restaurant owner, I saw that myself, like for the past 2.5 months that I was in the island, being there with the people, talking with the people every single day. Like if you show people that you respect them and you don't see them as tourists, and you don't see them as pockets or credit cards or PayPal or whatever that is, people, they just want to feel appreciated. That is all. This is my number one understanding. And why do I focus on that? Because this is something that will never change. No matter what changes in the world, and then we have like recession, and then war, and Putin, and Biden, and like, I don't want to get into politics, and honestly, I don't care, and I don't know much about what happens. Like, I like to focus on my job. People are still going to be buying online. Either that it's like a service or they buy e-commerce products, etc., etc. I think where we need to focus is like optimize our stores to be quick, because people, they don't have the patience anymore to wait for 15-20 seconds for your website to load. Okay. Also, we need to avoid all the cheesy marketing, like that we run out of stock bullshit and it's only going to be for the next 12 hours and then the price is changing. Like, these are gimmick tricks that we have been taught that these don't cut it anymore. Like, these are the things that are going to bring totally different results than what you say. Totally different results than what you say. So we need to treat people with respect. And also, I reach out to people, and that's one of the things that I see a lot. Even big companies that we are working, they don't get to do that often. Like, reach out to people either by email or on the phone. Like, we are always trying to find other new people to buy our stuff. New people. But in my opinion, the best people that we can sell a lot more, except that we are selling, I don't know, mattresses and we are good for like 10, 12 years, okay, is people that they have already bought from us. Are people that they have already trusted us with their money. We gave them a really, really good customer experience, and then we don't even send an email, but we call them. Okay, people, they don't like to be on the phone. People hate the phone. Okay, but when you show people appreciation, and then you call them and then you say, hey, my name is Dimitris Skiadas and I'm with trustthebeard.com. You recently bought this product from us and I want to make sure that you are really, really happy. If you had any complaints, don't even try to sell to people. Just ask people genuinely, it is genuinely, I was not supposed to make that, but ask people genuinely, but in the back of your minds, like, people are going to be appreciated. And also you can tell people like, hey, you know what, based on what you bought, we also have this other XYZ product that goes really, really well with that. Do you want me to inform you about that? This is something that we have been doing for years and we have been telling our clients to do, and not everybody does it, to be honest, because they feel, I don't want to be on the phone and I have other stuff to do, blah, blah, blah. But email still works, advertising still works, SEO still works, but telephone still works. Even the simple stuff like abandoned carts. And people tell me like all the time, oh, give me a script. I'm like, you don't need the script. You don't need the script. Like, literally, pick up the phone. Hey, hello, this is Mr. John Jones. Yes, hello, this is Dimitris Skiadas from Trust the Beard. I just saw your new information. You were trying to buy the XYZ product. Did you have a problem, sir? Can I help you with something? I did that myself a couple of years ago, because I like to experience firsthand before I get to teach it to someone else, an employee, and make an SOP for that. Okay, I did that myself. And like, one person told me, you know what, I just regretted buying. Okay, I didn't want to push him, so I'm like, okay, thank you very much. One person said, you know what, I want to think, maybe I will do it later. He didn't do it. One person said, you know what, I have no idea, maybe my mom did it, I will call you back. She never called. Okay, I had even that, which is like mostly excuses, right? And people just, they want to say like, you know what, maybe it's too expensive, maybe I didn't have the money, maybe, I don't know, my kids started crying and I forgot about it, like whatever that is. But you also get to learn a lot more about your customers or potential customers. Okay, so no matter what the future, to answer your question, no matter what the future will bring, if we stick to the basics and if we don't get to focus on the latest hack, tip, trick, I don't know, whatever that is, and if we get to focus on what was working 10 years ago, 5 years ago, my opinion is like it will keep working 5, 10, 20 years ago. Maybe it needs some little of a twist, but if you show people appreciation and if you don't show people that you're seeing them as deep pockets, people, they want just to feel appreciated. So this is my humble opinion.
No, very right. So one question before we come to an end, and it's a bit of a rumors and a bit of a prediction that I had like a year ago. So when iOS 14.5 came out and took away all the data from Facebook and other platforms, my prediction or my gut feeling was Apple will come out with their own app platform. So there are some signs on the horizon that might happen or not. What's your take on that?
It is happening already. It is happening. I read an article the other day, 2-3 days ago, that they said that they will just, I don't remember exactly how it said, but they're just coming up with their own platform. Like, honestly, did anyone believe, especially not the people that they don't care, but us in the industry, that Apple did really care about the privacy of the people? Who gives an F about them? Who gives an F about us? All they care is about making more money. And although I don't want to lie, it has been a really, really stressful year. We had a lot of clients that they left the agency, ads that they started, ad accounts getting disabled for no reason, tracking all over the place. Like, it took a really, really big hit. And honestly, this is why I always love, because I'm a Google boy. I started from Google Ads, and this is like my bread and butter. always focus on that, like search engine traffic. No matter what happens, I try to see for a good reason. So if Apple is going to be coming with their own ad platform, that's like music in my ears. If I can find like more different ways that we can serve more advertising to potential clients, and the targeting is right, and we can make, if I put $1 in and I can make $2 back without, you know, busting people's balls or without unethical stuff or black hat stuff, yeah, I'm all down about it. So let's see where does that take us, because the last year and a half, you know, I don't want to lie, it has been really difficult.
No, it has been for many people out there. And I'm sure within the next 6 months, we will see Apple coming up with a platform, and then learning starts all over again. Dimitris, very insightful information there. Where can people find out more about you?
So right now we are on to a revamp or making our sites and services and stuff like that, because we always went to, you know, work with referrals and different kind of ways. So either they can find me on Facebook, where I share some good stuff, either Dimitris Skiadas, or on Instagram, Dimitris.Skiadas, or if they search for Trust the Beard, Dimitris Skiadas, Trust the Beard. I'm on Instagram as well, and I try to share an inside life of what we do, a little bit of family, a little bit of tips and tricks, and a little bit of traveling. Yeah.
Cool. Definitely trust the beard. I will put all the links in the show notes that people can reach out to you and get in contact with you. Thanks so much for your time. I really appreciate it that you jumped on the call today, and talk soon.
Thank you so much. It was a real pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Hey, Klaus here. Before you go, I would like to invite you to become part of the e-commerce merchant pro community to get actionable advice from other Shopify merchants who already have achieved what you are aiming for. Our community is a safe place to actively grow your online retail business with the support of the most amazing and helpful group of e-commerce entrepreneurs behind you. Running a Shopify business is tough. Don't do it alone. Join us now. You will find the link in the show notes. Also, if you think your online store has conversion or marketing issues and you would like to have a fresh set of eyes on your business, then drop me an email at klaus@klauslauter.com and let me know a little bit about your business. It might be beneficial for you to have me look over your store, offers, emails, and ads, and get an unbiased outside perspective and guidance to help you make most of your online business. Thank you as always for tuning in today. I appreciate you. Until next time, and I talk to you soon.